Good morning, Cristina. Thank you so much for being here with me today. You graduated, I believe it was 3 years ago, correct? From
Yeah,
the University of Arizona with
yeah,
your PhD.
2022.
And you earned your PhD in history. I learned a lot from you about the history of Northern Mexico specifically, which was really interesting for me. I invited you today to just talk a little bit about your experience writing while you were in graduate school, and also about the role that WSIP played in your journey. So is there anything you'd like to share about writing the dissertation? What was it like?
Well, of course, it was a journey, a pretty rocket road, but I got advice from another grad student, like if this is difficult for you, you should join the Writing Skills Improvement Program. And during my first 3 years at the university, I was hesitating to go because I thought it was overwhelming what I already have to write, that making more time for attending this other assignment or schedule in
Obligation.
my agenda. Yeah, I thought it was like, no, it was impossible for me. So I attended the workshops only at the beginning, which was useful, but not really what will make a change in my writing. But then I was invited to join one of the writing groups by one friend, Dominic Polanco, and it really changed the game for writing the dissertation. It really helped me to get clarity, the ideas, the help from the great specialists, writing specialists at the Writing Skills Improvement Program. And since then, I started to notice a difference in probably not the first semester, but at the second one, I was writing with a broader perspective on not only writing for me, but thinking a lot of the audience and how making this available for any person to read the dissertation.
That's such a good point about audience, and sometimes we forget. We become so absorbed in our topic, in our area of specialization, that we forget, oh, someone else might read our work. Yeah. And I know you and I
For that
work. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yes, sharing your work with more people with a writing specialist, it really help you to get out away from that bubble that you're just writing for yourself. And probably you're committing, but you can make this, the information accessible for any reader.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a little bit about something that you and I worked on quite a lot, which was the challenge as a historian of making history come to life, telling a story, but also still being analytical, still bringing a theoretical, academic perspective. Do you have any advice for others who are trying to tell their story in their writing, or tell the story of others in their writing?
Have fun.
Have fun. Oh my goodness. You can
Have
have
fun.
fun.
Yes, because I think the advice that I got from you especially was to use these interesting things that are part in your writing, especially if you're telling a story, like for those who are working in creative writing or literature, or in my case, history, that will grab the attention of your reader, but also telling experiences and how this was significant for broader history. So yeah, I found a lot of curious things during my research process, and I was afraid that that will look like like silly things that you maybe not want to share in because you want to make your dissertation more academic. But at the end, I realized that that's what makes or keeps the reader engaged in the in what is the dissertation, but what probably in the future will be a book. And
That's such a good point, that sometimes the concrete details, those really specific experiences or details can really engage the reader, even if they may seem on the surface like they are, I don't know, not deep enough or not academic enough, but in reality, they can carry a lot of meaning. You mentioned maybe eventually developing your dissertation into a book. That leads me to a question I was going to ask you, which is, what are you working on these days with your writing? I know you're teaching a lot. You probably don't have much time to write. But what are
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yes. Since I graduated from the University of Arizona, I still write short articles on the dissertation topic and also expanding in other ones. But also the skills that I learned in the Writing Skills Improvement Program also helped me to write grant applications. So in the last 2 years, last summers, I got grants from the University of Colorado Boulder and the University of New Mexico. And I mean, for doing more research on my topic for the future, maybe book. But yes, I mean, those skills really helped me to land those grants. And I think that's very important, that what we learn is not only useful for the academic writing for dissertations, but also job applications and grants, which is part of being an academic.
Yeah, that's true. There are some very practical applications of those skills, and also just the confidence, right? To feel that you really you're
And the
working.
clarity,
Yeah.
the clarity that we need to make sure that everybody knows that why your project is relevant and why maybe that money should be used to help with the research.
Yeah, I think
So
a lot of
yes.
kind of uncomfortable sometimes selling our own work, but that's such a good point that maybe we should think about it more as our contribution or the significance rather than, just marketing yourself. Well, thank you so much. Do you have any parting thoughts or advice for graduate students, undergraduate students, other writers?
Yes, my advice is go to the Writing Skills Improvement Program semester 1. Don't wait like me to the 3rd semester of my program. I think I lost valuable time that I could use, because this is again a change game, not only for international students like me, but even English speakers will be benefit from the resources, the help, the motivation, the groups, the community that we create in the group, and this amazing program. So yeah, that would be my advice. Just join, use those resources. You will miss that when you're out.
No, well, I certainly miss working with you, and I know I speak for our whole staff when I say that. But thank you for continuing to be part of our community. Thank you for spending time with me this morning. And please
Thank you
keep,
for inviting me.
of
Thanks a
course,
lot.
anytime.
Well, thank you